This video will be a review and a walkthrough of Oxygen, the WordPress website builder. Hi, my name is Isham from wpcall.com, where you can find theme and plugin reviews, WordPress tips and tricks, not to mention that you can find loads of articles on WordPress Multilingual. You'll find the link to our website in the video description below. Today, we will go over the main features of Oxygen, the website builder for WordPress, and see it in action. I'm sure that you're pretty familiar with the term page builder, as there are many page builder plugins today in the WordPress market. Some of them are standalone plugins that you can use with any theme, like the famous Visual Composer, Elementor, and Beaver Builder. Other page builder plugins come integrated within themes like Davy Builder, Fusion Builder that comes with Avada theme. Well, SoFly, the makers of Oxygen, are giving a new definition to page builders. Conventionally, page builders are used to design the content area in a page. What SoFly did with Oxygen is that they gave you control not only to design the content area, but you can also design the header, footer, and sidebar sections. How cool is that? Oxygen is branded as a website builder, which is true, as you won't need to purchase a premium theme when using Oxygen. Any free theme like the default 2017 theme will work with Oxygen and allow you to build amazing websites, as you're controlling everything from Oxygen and not the theme. Before I show you how Oxygen works, I will go over the main features that Oxygen provides. As we said, you're controlling everything: the design of the header, sidebar, content area, and the footer. You can insert PHP code directly in Oxygen, which allows you to execute WordPress API functions and custom WordPress loops directly and visually while you're building your page. Moreover, you can write JavaScript, HTML, and CSS inside Oxygen. It's compatible with third-party plugins, whether you're using WooCommerce, Easy Digital Downloads, or Contact Form 7. You can visually customize any plugin template. With Oxygen, you can create templates for different parts of your website. For example, you can create a template for your single post view. I will show you how this is done later in this video. You can add WordPress widgets anywhere in your design. Additionally, Oxygen allows you to add third-party shortcodes to the design of your page or post. Oxygen has pre-made components and design sets, which are pre-built design elements that you can use to build your pages in no time. One of the Oxygen features that I really like is the reusable parts. It allows you to set any of the elements added to a page as a reusable part so that you can use it in any other page. What's great about it is that once you edit the element that is set as a reusable part, it will automatically update the element in all the other pages it is added to. This comes really handy when you want to unify your header, footer, and sidebar across your website. With Oxygen, your designs are responsive. You can even create style sheets for the different screen sizes. Oxygen comes with 500 SVG icons and more than 800 Google fonts. Moreover, you can upload your custom SVG icon sets. If you're already using a page builder, Oxygen allows you to embed that page builder design element into any page you create. If you're into building multilingual websites, it's worth mentioning that Oxygen works flawlessly with the famous WPML plugin. Last but not least, it's a front-end page builder, or I must say website builder, which means that you will see the changes that you apply to your design in real time. You can purchase Oxygen from oxygenapp.com. Before I show you how to get Oxygen, let's go over Oxygen's website. On the home page, you can see two buttons. The watch video button will open up a video that presents all the Oxygen features. The Get Oxygen button will take you to the purchase page. If we scroll down, here's a testimonial about Oxygen, and in this section of the page you can see images of websites built using Oxygen. We're also introduced to the next design set, which are pre-built pages that you can import into any page that you're designing. Let's scroll up back again. Let's visit the Learn page. I really like the fact that SoFly went the extra mile and created video tutorials on how to use every part of Oxygen. As you can see, we've got a video that explains the essential building blocks of a modern website, another video that explains how to build WooCommerce website or e-commerce website using Oxygen. This is really nice. Additionally, they have the traditional written documentation. Let's go ahead and see what they have here. Of course, the Getting Started guide will help you in setting up Oxygen and give you the basic explanation of how Oxygen works, and we have another link here for the video course. If you click on the Try Oxygen Live here, you can see that SoFly provides a test installation with pre-made content and a blank test installation. Of course, I recommend that you choose the test installation with preloaded content, as it will allow you to experiment the different settings of the different components. Guess what? Let me go ahead and show you how the test installation looks like. I'm gonna click on Create Test Installation with preloaded content here. And as you can see, this loaded up a page. This is the exact same interface you will have when you purchase Oxygen. You can experiment with editing and styling the different components you can see on the page. For example, you can double click here and change the text. You can play with the CSS properties of that element and so on and so forth, but we're gonna cover this later in this video. Let us go back one more time to Oxygen website and let's click on the Get Oxygen button. As you can see, you can get Oxygen for $99. This includes lifetime support and updates for an unlimited number of websites. In my opinion, Oxygen is reasonably priced, as it will save you the money of buying a premium theme that might cost you around $60, plus a standalone page builder plugin that might cost around $99 on its own. If you do the math, you will find that you're almost saving $60 plus or minus. As you can see, it states here that you get a 30-day money-back guarantee, which is something that I really like. You get to select the payment method that you want, type in your email address, your first name, your last name, and click on the purchase button. I already have an account with Oxygen, so this is why I'm gonna go ahead and jump to my account page. This is my account. Once you purchase Oxygen, you're gonna be taken to the purchase confirmation page where you can download the plugin files and you have your license keys. To download the plugin files, you can click on download plugin file. I've already done that. I have the Oxygen plugin files here. Afterwards, you will want to copy and paste the license keys for Oxygen and the components design sets. This is a fresh WordPress installation with the 2017 theme activated. Let's go ahead and upload the plugin. So I'm gonna go to plugins, add new, upload plugin, choose file, and I've chosen the zipped file. Click on install now, activate the plugin. And as you can see, there's a new menu item on the WordPress dashboard. Under Oxygen, we can see templates, SVG sets, export, import, and license. Before we jump in and try out Oxygen, let's copy and paste the Oxygen license keys. So I'm gonna go back to the purchase confirmation page, copy the Oxygen license key, paste it here, and submit. Oh, let me delete that and submit. It's valid, and I'm gonna copy and paste the components and design sets. So I'm gonna go back here, copy that, and paste it here. Let's make sure that we have no spaces. Amazing. And it's also valid. So under Oxygen, we can see templates. Let's go there. We have no templates now. Here is where you can design templates for your blog posts, WooCommerce products, custom post types, pages, archives. Mainly, you can create a layout for anything you want. We're gonna cover that later. On the SVG sets, you can upload your own SVG sets. As I mentioned earlier, Oxygen comes by default with Font Awesome and Linear Icon SVG sets. Let's go ahead and click on the export import. From this page, you can copy the code in the export section and paste it in another WordPress installation to copy the Oxygen settings like fonts, icon sets, style sheets, and classes. You can also copy individual page designs and different views that you created using Oxygen. Let's start building our first page using Oxygen. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go to Pages, Add New, and I'm gonna call it Oxygen Review. To activate the Oxygen editor, you will need to save the page as draft or publish it. Of course, if you're on a live website, you will not want to publish an empty page, so let's go ahead and save as draft. You've got the option to click on the Edit in Visual Editor or Template, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click on Edit in Visual Editor. This is the front-end visual editor of Oxygen. I know that it doesn't look like much, but trust me, it's full of potentials. Let's go ahead and click on the Add button. Under the Fundamentals tab, you have the basic HTML elements like sections, columns, divs, text blocks, and so on and so forth. Under the WordPress tab, you have the option to insert an element that holds the shortcode for a third-party plugin. For example, if you want to add a contact form created using Contact Form 7, you will add this element and add the shortcode for the contact form that you want to add to the page. As you can see, you can also add WordPress widgets from here. Under the Reusable tab, you can see that we have nothing yet. This is because we didn't make any of the components as reusable parts. I will show you how this is done in a minute. Let's go ahead and go to the Components tab. On the Components tab, you can find pre-built components like headers, footers, hero, title, page breaks, and so on and so forth. So if I click on headers, you will see that I have got different designs of headers here. I can simply click on any of these headers. I'm going to choose this one for example and click on Add Component to Page. And as you can see, my header or my menu is added. I don't want to add a menu now, so I'm going to click on the menu section I have here and delete it. I didn't delete the whole thing, so let me click here and delete the whole thing, and everything is deleted. I'm gonna click on Add one more time, go back to Components. We've got different footer sections with different designs. If you want to have a call to action section. There are like many designs to choose from here. I think that SoFly did a great job with creating these pre-built components. On the Design Sets tab, you'll find pre-built pages. I'm gonna go to the next Design Sets, go to Pages, and for example, if I'm creating an agency website, you've got different designs for different pages. I can choose any of the designs I have here. Let me choose the first one here. Let me click here and add component to page. And as you can see, there are many components loaded into my page. It's amazing that with a simple click you can create an astonishing page like this. We're missing a header and a footer here, so let me add these. I'm gonna go to components and headers. I'm gonna choose a header that might match the theme that I have here. I'm gonna choose this one and add component to page. I've added the component here, and the component is added. Why can't I see it? Scrolling down. Oh, it's added in the wrong place on the page. To fix that, I'm gonna click here to open up the sidebar menu. On the DOM tree tab, you can drag and drop any of the sections on your page to place it in the correct position. Since this is a front-end editor, I would really like to drag and drop these sections from inside the page and not from the DOM tree. Anyways, I'm gonna click here. This is my header, this is my menu. I'm gonna click and drag, and as you can see here, it's on the top of the page. This is what I want. I'm gonna go one more time to components, and I'm gonna add a footer section. Let me choose this footer, add component to page. And again, it's in the wrong position. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna click and drag. I want my footer to be the last section on the page. Here it is. Since we're already here, let us go to the Style Sheets tab. On this tab, you should see all the style sheets that come from your website. And on the Selectors tab, you should see all the classes that make up your page. Before I save this page and show it to you on the front end, let's go ahead and add our own content and play with the styles. So I'm gonna scroll up. I've got some text here. I'm gonna double click it. As you can see, when I click on the text element, this reveals the basic CSS properties of it, like the color, font used, size, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna change the color that I have here. Maybe make it a bit blue if I want to have this as red. And if I click on the More button, this reveals all the CSS properties that I can play with for this specific element. For example, if I want to have a background color of blue, I know that this is not the nicest page or not the best design that you can see, but we're just experimenting. On the Images tab here, you can upload an image for that section. On the tiling and position, these are all CSS properties that you can apply to this section. Position and size, you can add a margin and padding. For example, I'm gonna add 10 pixels padding to all. And on the position here, again, some positioning CSS properties. On the typography, I can change the font family. This comes from Google Fonts. I'm gonna choose any of them. This changes the font of the element. I can have different borders, I can control the border color, and so on and so forth. You can also write CSS inside Oxygen. You can even write JavaScript within Oxygen. You can add a section and then write some JavaScript code to load something, and it will work. Let's go ahead and play with some of the other elements. For example, I want to change the icon here. So this brings up my icons. Okay, and these are my icons. I'm gonna select any icon, just change the icon. One of the things that I like about Oxygen is that it allows you to control the state of the elements. For example, if I want to change the hover state, instead of having this pink color, I'm gonna change it to a different color. So I'm gonna click on the section, click on state and hover, and I'm gonna go to more and choose a different color. For example, okay, let's choose some yellowish color here. And if you can see, I changed the hover from being pink to yellow, and you can simply change any text that you see here by double clicking and typing in the text you want. Once you're done editing, you can simply go to the upper right hand corner and click on save. This is gonna save your design. One last thing, before we go to the front end and view the page, I'm gonna show you how you can make reusable parts. So I'm gonna go back to the DOM tree. Of course, I would want to unify, have the exact same header, the exact same menu and footer for all my website. This can be done by setting the header section to be reusable. Let me show you how this is done. I'm gonna click on the header section and click here. As you can see, I've got different options: make reusable, duplicate, wrap with div, and rename. I'm gonna click on make reusable. I'm gonna call this my header. Click OK. And it's informing me that reusable part, my header, is saved successfully. So I'm gonna click on OK. And I would want also to have my footer as a reusable part. So I'm gonna choose my footer here, click here and click on make reusable, and this is gonna be my footer. Click OK. Okay, one more time, and let's click on back to WordPress. Oh, I didn't save the changes, so I'm gonna save the changes and back to WordPress, and let's view this page on the front end. As you can see, we have a well-designed page that we have created in no time. Of course, feel free to delete any of the sections if you don't need it. The last thing that we will cover in this review is creating templates. Let's go ahead and view the sample post. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go to posts, all posts, and view this on the front end. And as you can see, there is no CSS, there is absolutely nothing. This is raw HTML, since Oxygen takes over your theme. What I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna create a template for the single post views. So I'm gonna go back to the dashboard, go to Oxygen, templates, and let's create a template for our blog posts. So as you can see, we already have templates here. The reusable parts will show up on your templates page. So I'm gonna add new. I'm gonna call this single post view, and it's gonna be a single template, and it's gonna be for my posts. I'm gonna save the draft and edit single post view in visual editor. As you can see, now I have the visual editor. I'm gonna go ahead and add I'm gonna add a reusable part. I'm gonna use my header, the one that I've set to be a reusable part. I'm gonna add this one. I'm gonna also add my footer to be the footer of the blog post single view. And in between, I'm gonna add a section so that I can insert the blog post content. Let me show you how this is done. So I'm gonna add a section here. The section is not in the right position. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna open up the DOM tree, position the section in between the header and the footer. I'm gonna add components. I'm gonna go ahead and go to WordPress content and choose the blog post info. I'm gonna add that there, add component to page. With that, we've created our template. All we need to do is save it. Let's go to the front end one more time and refresh the page. And as you can see, we have the header and the content area and our footer. I must say that SoFly gave a new definition to WordPress page builders by creating Oxygen. If you're interested in Oxygen, I'll leave a link to their website in the description of this video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.